Hello, it's Father Bob Basic here, checking in with you and your families. Hope that you're all doing well, you're staying safe, healthy, active as much as possible. Please know that I continue to pray for you every day, keeping you and your loved ones in my thoughts and prayers. We'll get through this together. This is a unique experience of Lent, isn't it? You know, Lent isn't canceled, but we're experiencing it in a new and different way. We have new opportunities for fasting, new time available for prayer, and have been led, I think, invited, called forth in a special way this Lenten experience to journey to Jerusalem with Jesus. And so we do that together. I want to remind you that during this time, St. Isidore and Holy Family are both open for private prayer under 10 people at one time. St. Isidore is open every day from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m., and Holy Family is open on Sundays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's hand sanitizer and Lysol right at the door, so you're able to sanitize yourself, sanitize your pew, and spend some time in the presence of the Eucharistic Lord in prayer, in that very powerful presence of Jesus with you. We will continue to hear confessions every Saturday at Holy Family from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. and at St. Isidore every Wednesday from 5:15 to 6:15 p.m. I'll be wearing a stole and standing outside and ask you to come to see me one at a time, stand at a distance, I'll hear your confession, and then once you go back to your car, the next person will be able to come. We've been doing this for the last couple weeks, and it's been working quite well, so we'll continue to do that as we can. We continue to publish our bulletin each week. It's available online, so updates are available there, and we'll also, as best we can, communicate what we need to through the web page and through the Facebook page. Our office is still open at regular times, and messages are checked. So if you have a question or if you have a need, please feel free to call the office at either Holy Family or St. Isidore. Good. I think that's all the updates I have for you at this point, but like I said, as things change, we'll continue to share those with you. This gospel for this Sunday, the fifth Sunday of Lent, is the well-known story of the rising of Lazarus. Now, Lazarus, a dear friend of Jesus, dies, and Jesus travels to be with the family and friends who are mourning his loss. And it had been days already since Lazarus had died. And Jesus, in this very famous miracle or sign in John's Gospel, calls Lazarus out of the tomb. Says, "Lazarus, come out." And Lazarus comes out alive for all to see. This great sign of who Jesus was and the truth of the claim of who he was. But today, for our reflection, our short reflection, I want to focus in on what happened right before the rising of Lazarus. Jesus has this very important interaction with Martha, Lazarus' sister, and he's consoling her in her grief. And Martha had asked Jesus to intercede here in this situation, and Jesus says this very beautiful line to her, full of hope. He says, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live. And everyone who lives and believes in me will never die." And then he looks at Martha and he says, "Do you believe this?" I think in this time of uncertainty, in this time where unexpected things are happening, where we can ask ourselves this very question: do we believe this? Do we believe that Jesus is the resurrection, that Jesus is the life, that every one of us who believes in him will have life? This doesn't mean that we don't believe in science. This doesn't mean that we're going to pray this pandemic away. But it means that our ultimate hope, our ultimate trust is in Jesus, who is with us and brings us to new life, who is with us in our times of trial, in our times of suffering, that no matter what we're experiencing, we know that we can always have hope because Jesus is that hope. And so we, today, on this fifth Sunday of our Lenten experience, in the midst of coronavirus, quarantine in the United States and across the world, we respond with Martha and we say, yes, Lord, I believe. I believe that you are the Christ, that you are the resurrection and the life. And so I think Martha today, in her response, gives us great hope that we too, as people of faith, can put our trust in Jesus, put our trust in the Lord, the one who is our hope, the one who is the resurrection and the life. Many of you maybe are familiar with the devotion to the Divine Mercy. This is the image of Jesus of Divine Mercy, and at the bottom it says, Jesus, I trust in you. I gave hundreds of these out last year during our Lenten experience as we prayed the chaplet together also throughout that season. I'm asking us, maybe as a sign of our trust in Jesus, to find this image, if you still have it, and place it on your front door for all to see as we walk through our neighborhoods and we drive through the neighborhoods and we see, even though it's a very small image. And when we see that, we can know that our hope, our trust is in the Lord. And we ask him for protection in this time. We ask him for strength in this time. We ask him to guide our doctors, our decision makers and elected officials, that we might respond to his healing will for us in this life. Jesus, I trust in you. You are the resurrection and the life. God bless you.